Hi, welcome to my summary of learning. I believe the first and what I think the most important thing I learned during my time in ECS 10 is to reflect about the common sense. It is a common understanding we have as a society. It's the rules we follow without question, such as line up in order to buy something, to raise our hands when we want to speak, to use earphones in public places, and even to write from left to right. These rules are often unspoken. We learn by seeing and imitating those around us who have the same understanding of things. Common sense is not something we're conscious about. Therefore, we don't really think about all these little things we do every day. By learning about common sense and what it entails, I learned that we're all raised to think determined things because it seems to make sense to us, because everybody does it, or everybody says it. We use this logic as an excuse not to try to understand other people or other realities. We avoid this because this common sense we have been told about makes us think things are different from us, are foreign, or even weird. Common sense makes us think everything must be a certain way. We dress the way we do because it's common sense. We talk the way we do because of it too. We appreciate the things we appreciate and despise the things we despise because it makes sense. We rarely stop to think twice about why we do all these things. In ECS 10, I stopped to think twice. I stopped to analyze why I believe in stereotypes, or why I follow certain rules, or why I think something is a certain way despite not having seen evidence of it, or even why I get into the elevator and immediately turn to face the doors. I stopped to analyze different realities and also to step in other people's shoes, which has helped me grow and made me realize that there is so much more to that than what I have been told in the little bubble my culture has created for me. As teachers, making sure that we and our students know about common sense is a must. Exposing them to other realities and getting rid of single stories will help them become better people who are aware of the privileges they have and who fight against stereotypes, racism, sexism, and other hurtful ways of thinking that seem to be embedded in our societies nowadays. I also learned that there is no curriculum police. Phew. The curriculum is a document that acts as a guide that we can use in order to direct our teaching. There are different types of curriculum. There is the formal, hidden, and null. We're normally only aware of the formal curriculum, which is exactly what our textbooks say, but we forget about the hidden and null curriculum, which has to do with common sense. It is not directly taught. It is the values and biases and lenses through which we are taught to look at the world. These values, biases, and lenses are an expression of what society, especially the dominant group, wants. The dominant group is normally the majority, whereas people from minority groups are silenced and their stories aren't taught. For example, not including treaty education in all subjects is part of the hidden curriculum. It tells us that the people who created the curricula and the teachers who implemented it believe that the indigenous groups and their history is just not important. Another example is when kids that are told to use only one type of strategy when doing math exercises. It makes those who don't master that strategy think that they're not smart. Finally, I learned that including treaty education in as many classes as we can is very important. I came to understand what people mean when they say we're all treaty people. Despite having come from a different country, I have seen the discrepancy between First Nations and the government back home. I have realized that people are so focused on our differences that they refuse to see our similarities. The color of our skin and the traditions we celebrate have separated us for far too long. We're all human beings who want to live peacefully and have a healthy, happy life, no matter what our understanding of it is. And that is what we're all treaty people means. By teaching treaty ed, by showing people, indigenous or not, what indigenous people and minorities go through, we can finally realize that we're all, in fact, treaty people. Finally, thank you for your attention.